Hi everybody, this is Black Rhino Ranger. Since my family and I are probably going to be moving out, I feel like we're going to have to, I feel like I need to do a bit of a last minute tour of this place to preserve some memories we have of the place. And in case you guys are curious to how I make my animations or how my life is like whenever uh, I've been here. I've been here since about 13 years, but I think it's time for us to move on to a new chapter. I won't reveal any extra details about it, but take a look at what my office is like. So I work from home, and as you can see, this is the bookshelf. Some of these are my mom and dad's, and others are stuff I made. You see this picture over here? It's a rhinoceros. And this is a human ranger thing. These were commissioned. These were commissioned by some people who used to hire me to do something for the United Nations Sustainable Goals event. I actually attended. So also going back, if you remove this, there are other things about it. I have a lot of. I see. I'm a bit of a book person, and I mean, we got over here is Richard Williams's animation survival kit. You know, the Richard Williams, the animation director for Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Thief of the Cobbler. There's a Skylanders annual. It's the final one ever released. They never made a Superchargers or Imaginators annual. There's also an animation. There's also this guide to how you make stop motion. There's the art. I got a couple of Ripley's, believe it or not, in Guinness World Records. There's David Attenborough's First Life. Yeah, you see that creature over there? That's probably an anomalous chorus or something. And since I was a bit of a Street Fighter and Tekken person, naturally I got my hands on the art book of Street Fighter X Tekken. Yes, I also have a book about how to draw SpongeBob and the art of monsters vs. aliens. Heck, I even bought myself this gigantic He-Man and She-Ra completed animated adventures, so I can further study on He-Man and She-Ra. Keep in mind, I have seen at least 5 incarnations of He-Man and She-Ra: the original '80s cartoons, the 2002 He-Man cartoon, the 2018 reboot, and the Kevin Smith TV series. When will I check out the other ones? I'll have to. That depends. Will I check out the other ones? That depends. See a couple of Harry Potter books over there. And now I even have this Ethel and Ernest book. I have seen the movie recently, and one of the fun things to do is to have a book with you while I'm watching the movie and see if it's as faithful to the original story as the book. If the movie is faithful to the book, and having to see the movie, I'd say it's 95% faithful to the book. About 5% of a deviation, but still super faithful. I believe that's what Cinemassacre or Angry Video Game Nerd did when comparing each Dracula movie to the book. Like, which are the deviations? Like, instead of the old man with a mustache look, it's like in the book, Dracula has a baboon's butt for a head. And I also got this manga book by Sonia Delang. I believe this is the same woman who came to my school in Bemrose in England at one point. She did teach me a bit about how to draw manga and stuff. And I was surprised to see her work be showcased on. I was surprised to see that her work was being presented in book form. I actually bought the book and started doing stuff, even though I'm still more of a cartoony type of guy. There's Extincts and stuff like that, and This is one of my earlier animation tutorials on how to do cartoony animation. There's some comics here or there. Here's the art of BoJack Horseman. And there's the Skylanders University Complete Collection thing. I never got the Trap Team edition. I probably should have done so. Do any of you have the Trap Team edition? So moving right down, there's some more here. So over here is the Devil Dinosaur comic book. Before the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur TV show, I actually got my hands on the original comic of Devil Dinosaur, the one where he had Moon Boy. I'll talk more about my overall thoughts on Moon Girl once I finish watching the series. And as you can see, I also got a Monsters Inc. thing, a Pixarpedia. Keep in mind, Pixarpedia came out before 2010 with Toy Story 3. It was still upcoming back then. There's some Grimm's Fairy Tales, there's a Beano comic, showcase how to draw Batman. There's a Transformers Fall of Cybertron, My Little Pony Equestria Girls thing. I even got some books that I haven't really read in a while, but I still think I should, like Horrid Histories and the Chronicles of Narnia. And I got a Walking with Dinosaurs book. In the cupboard is a few extras. There's some Looney Tunes stuff, there's Batman, there's World of Warcraft, the visual game. I haven't played the game, but I find the world a bit fascinating. The Tale of Kitty Boots, the last Patrick Sparta book published. And then there's Creating Cartoons with Character by Joe Murray, the same guy who created Rocko's Modern Life and Camp Lazlo. And so many others. Yeah, that's about it. That's all from the shelf over here. And over here is this little keyboard. I sometimes like to do a bit of piano playing, like I haven't recorded any new stuff from this in a while because I was like super busy with stuff. But I use it to play my pieces around. So now over here is my computer. This is where you see me do all the drawing and stuff. As you can see, this is my Predator, my Helix Predator. Since my Alienware got completely busted nearly 2 years ago, I had to go with Helix Predator. Yes, I went from Alien to Predator. And over here we have, you see it, okay, from what you're seeing right now, it's a picture I did recently of Luz and the gang from the Owl House meeting Lilo and Stitch. It's based on the Lilo and Stitch series where they had these crossovers, like with Kim Possible, American Dragon, Princess, and the Proud Family. I thought about doing my own version of that, but not as in animation, but as still drawings. Will they see more experiments? Will King over here be mistaken for an experiment? Who knows? And so, this is my mic recording stand. This is where I do all my voice recordings. Now, to get the best quality, I either have to turn off some things, because sometimes they make an awful din. They go bzzz, and I also have to turn off my air conditioning because it also makes a bit of noise. So that's in order to make the best voice mic thingy. It's my Screen Scarlett Studio forecasting. I got a lot of hard drives. I like to back up my files and stuff. And over here is a Deadpool mat. Originally was supposed to be a Pikachu mat, hence why I got a Pikachu mouse here. But the Pikachu mouse mat was getting a bit too dirty, so I had to replace it with the Deadpool one. Over here's that's my these are my headphones in case I want to listen privately, and this is my cup holder it was a Wallace and Gromit cup holder, and over here is my CD extension, so in case I want to add in some CDs. And over here is my drawing tablet, and I've had this since 2017. And I still use this drawing tablet to this very day, and it's still and the software I'm using, which is Macromedia Flash 8, it still works even on the latest computer. I don't plan to upgrade it because I hear a lot of people are having issues with the Adobe software recently. I only got one latest Adobe product, that's the Photoshop, but that's about it. And these are several of my books. I have like several different books. They're like drawing books, writing books. I like to jot down a lot of ideas. And yeah, I never threw anything out just in case any of these ideas come back to my head. Here's another bookshelf of mine, and as you can see, I was a bit of an Archie comics fan back in the day. I remember collecting a lot of different Archie novels. My sister, actually, I was first introduced to Archie through Archie's Weird Mysteries. I had no idea it was a '60s thing. I didn't know they were the same people who made a sugar do 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 honey honey. This is where I get my sunglasses. There's a little Weird Al Funko Pop. There's a book on animals. And over here is where I have all the Loud House 3-in-1 comics, as well as their specials. And I've got a Casa Grande's one too. I should really catch up with that part. Over here is the another book section. Over here we got some Street Fighter guide, books I got from a Singapore thing. Got voice lessons by Rob Paulson, the voice of Pinky and Yakko and Raphael and stuff. The Shakespeare Complete Collection. I have a lot of different collections. Here's Marcy's Journal from Amphibia. Artwork of Shantae. I haven't got the game, but I do. I thought the world of Shantae looks kind of fascinating, so I bought an art book about it. By the way, since Happy Pride Month, everybody, I got this book from a Malaysian shop that talks about women of the lesbian, bisexual, and trans community struggling when trying to live in Malaysia due to its anti-LGBTQIA plus laws. I'm surprised somebody was able to sell that here. Then there's Ultimate PlayStation Games, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. There's the I got a few. Even though I'm more into cartoony animations, I do try to add in a bit of influence to manga. Even though, again, I'm still more of a cartoony person than anime. I'm trying to get the hang of it, guys. Cut me some slack. Some other Shakespeare books, which are drawn by Tony Ross, the same guy who did The Little Princesses. Some K-Zone magazines. I used to have a lot more K-Zone magazines, but I made a stupid command to throw them all away, and now they're lost forever. I remember one having an Ed and Eddie comic, and another having a Kids Next Door comic. Perhaps I should do an animated adaptation of the Orang Asli animated tales. It's quite a fascinating story. It showcases some legends of Malaysian animals, like the Malayan tapir, said to be the king of the forest, and until he was transformed into being a big baby. Some more books, and if I have any empty books, I would give them to my parents if they're out of books or something like that. And some of them are a few sketches. It's like they were plans for other things back then. And right down below is my PlayStation 4 games. You see, in my earliest being Ratchet and Clank, Mortal Kombat X, and I think it was Street Fighter 5, yeah. And some Blu-rays I have, like one of them of which is The Breadwinner, and down below are the Mortal Kombat movies. We don't play a lot of Blu-ray, but thanks to my PS4, I have the option for that. Speaking of PS4, here's my gaming screen. See, I got this little Crash Bandicoot thing holding the console controls. Now this one is kind of a little bit broken, so I wrapped it around with some sticky tape. And it's my PlayStation 2. These are my PlayStation consoles all wrapped up. They were originally they were wrapped up back in 2020 because at the time my grandmother was with me and she was nearly at her wit's end. We kept her for 3 years until her passing, and I was thinking about going to unravel them sometime last year, but then we had the call that we probably have to move out. So yeah, and oh yeah, here's the Pikachu mat right here, and this is my Nintendo Switch. And yes, I drew this. Thing. It's called the Malaysian animal. See, it's an iPad cover. Inside is my old iPad from 2012. What I'm using right now is the one I've been using in 2020. And over here is excuse me, I'm just putting this here. Over here is my bookshelf of all the DVDs, all the games from the 7th generation and a little bit of the 8th as well. We got some Xbox games up there, some PlayStation 3 games here, some PlayStation 3 games here, and here's a stack of my Nintendo Switch games. And there's a behind the Wacom Tower is some of my Nintendo Wii games. And some more Xbox 360 games, and only a few Wii U games. I only had 3. And over there, some of my extra hard drives to back up. And this one over here is corrupted, apparently. I'm trying to extract what I can out of it into a new one. Over here is my little plushies of Trigger Happy, Crash Bandicoot, and Spyro the Dragon. And over here is just some books of Girl Power with Justice League. Like I bought this book because I thought it was gonna have the Justice League comic book about where Giganta tries to go good, but she wants to be with the Flash. I'm trying to get that comic, but it wasn't available in graphic novel size. Thankfully, there is something else giantess-ish related in this book. And I got my hands on our Ragna Crimson chapter. Again, I'm a bit of a dum-dum and I skipped a few chapters. Yes. But apparently the bookstore I got it from also was missing a few chapters. 2 and 3 were missing. Maybe I should go back and get the rest. Yes, if I were to get the story. Or maybe I should just watch the anime. Who knows? This is not a bed I sleep on. This is something I just sometimes use it to rest my rump on when playing a game. And sometimes I like to place my books on it. Just some ideas of books, that's all. Usually they help me just to get with it to it immediately. There's my bag, there's a crocodile pillow, there's an Autobot symbol. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention my chair is a Transformers theme. I'm currently unplugged it, but if you plug it in, it's also a massage chair. And there's Optimus Prime in the back. Originally it was torn a bit, but thankfully somebody managed to strip it off and replace it with something new, like real leather. And over here we just got there's a cowboy hat, cowboy things, and pencil cases, little model thing and stuff. So yeah, that's my tour of my office and stuff. You're probably asking, wait, you got a PS4? Didn't you have a PS5? Oh wait! Before I begin, I forgot to mention. Over here, I got a guitar and an accordion. I haven't played with them in a while, but maybe when I move out, I'll probably get more into them on a later date. Okay. Anyway, so what was that? So you might be asking me, didn't I have a PS5? Didn't I play PS5? I've been uploading some Astro Bot gameplay. So where is the PS5? It's not here, but allow me to go out for a bit. So this is my living room with all my So this is where I have all my, this is where I do my additional gaming. This is the TV where my parents would use it to watch Netflix or cable or whatever. There's our DVD player. And here's the PlayStation 5, and these are the PlayStation games. There's my Astrobot, and there's my Tekken 8. So this is my DVD cabinet. We have a lot of different DVDs, and we don't tend to section them much. There's, see over here, there's Cinderella, Christmas Time, Foods, Dawn and Wage, Shakespeare, The Animated Series, Godzilla and King Kong, Early Man, Hellboy, etc. I even got some DVDs of the complete collection of Transformers Armada, first 3 episodes of Transformers Animated, some My Little Pony DVDs, the entire Dr. Dolittle DVDs, the Superhero Squad, more My Little Pony, the Garfield live-action movies. So far, these are my only PlayStation 5 games. Ratchet and Clank Ripped Apart, Lego Horizon, Planet Zoo, the console edition, Tekken 8, and Astrobot. As for Split Fiction, I've heard, I actually bought this one by accident. Yeah, I didn't realize you have to have 2 players in order to play it. Yeah, it says, but it does say you can play this online, or you can even, or heck, you can even. I might get an extra. I don't have an extra controller, but I probably will, and maybe ask either my cousins or my other relatives to have a shot at trying to play the game, if I can. And now this one, sometimes this door gets really stuck. And I have to keep trying to nudge it with a knife or something. And there's some other stuff. I got my complete SpongeBob collection, SpongeBob's Runway Road Trip, and Pest of the West. Mr. Brave. Some of them were given to me by other relatives. There's the original Teen Titans complete collection, Kubo the Two Strings, Finding Nemo, etc. So, yeah, this is where I have my DVDs, my Blu-rays, and my other things, and I cherish them to this very day. Hey, and if I need to play PlayStation 5 in my other room, I just use the PS5 remote play. It doesn't always work because apparently Astrobot requires some of the PS5's controls, like the whistle blowing thing and the tilting, is something the PlayStation 5 does not have. But nevertheless, it's still quite fun to play with PlayStation 5 and stuff. So, yeah, that's my tour of the office and my PlayStation 5 DVDs and stuff. So, just preserving my memories in this video. And I wonder what my next office will be like. Hope you've enjoyed this video.